Good morning from sunny but cold Prilep in North Macedonia. We travelled up, we stayed in Florina the night before last and then travelled up here yesterday. Got to our little room that we went in, which I'll just do some footage of and probably the put before or after this. So we had a wander around yesterday and had a good look, a bit of a look around the town and stuff, but I don't know, man, it was just a bit, seemed a little bit overwhelming, I think, at first. It just seemed a bit burnt out. So, still got this bad cold. Didn't do any filming. We just sort of wandered around and stuff. So we've come out again today, and it's about a mile walk from where we're staying down into the centre. So we just decided to drive down and find somewhere to park. Part of the driving thing is that I haven't really done much town driving. All I've been doing is motorway driving, and I'm a bit nervous with the driving, really. It's all because it's a difference. You're having to look out for different things, like the traffic lights are different. There's the hazards. You get used to the hazards that you see in your own country when you're driving, and it's kind of second nature. But when you're driving on, it's not driving on the other side of the road that's the problem. It's just getting used to the different road signs and the lack of road markings and the traffic lights that aren't very bright and things like that. I nearly went over a red light on the way in yesterday because I just couldn't see the flipping thing. So yeah, it's all a bit getting used to it, and the only way I'm going to get used to it really is, I was fine when we were in Bulgaria because I was driving all the time, and you get to know where you're going and stuff. So yeah, we've driven in, and the plan was to try and find somewhere to park, and I had a look at where the parking spots are marked on Google Maps, and we've just been to one that's just sort of up around the corner. Went past it, and it's all just full. It's like a bit of wasteland that people are just parked all over the place on. So we've come down, and you see everyone just seems to be parked on the pavements down this sort of side street down here. I was on the way down to a couple of other parking areas, but I just do what the natives do, eh? So so yeah, we'll just have a little bit of a wander around today now. Trying to look a bit inconspicuous, because something I just felt quite self-conscious yesterday. I've been fine most of the time walking around Florina, Albania and stuff, and I'm going to get some funny looks, 6'4" with long purple hair and all that, but I just kind of want to blend in a little bit more today, so I've tied my hair back and put my hat on. I'm still weird, but that's never going to change, is it? Yeah, so we'll just go and have a little walk and see what we can find. There's some nice sort of touristy bits. Well, I'll say touristy bits. It's like the old clock tower and stuff like that that's in the town. Which there's that down the bottom of there. So there's a mosque that was quite an old mosque that I gather was burnt down in about 2000. So that's sort of ruins of that are still there with nothing being done to it. And I mean, there's the clock tower, there's the town centre. It's not a big tourist town. There's just a few bits of history that are just part of Prilep. In this place, a nice picture, mural, not graffiti. Trying to work out what some of the old cars. I thought there might be Ladas or what was the other one? Yugos. But yeah, there's a few of these. Zastava, and I mean, there's a couple of this kind of age that we've seen knocking around Daniel likes this one. It's orange. And there's some other 90s type ones, but there's a few of these knocking around. The guy we rented the place off said, you know, he's admiring the van, and he said, how old is this? And I said, that's about 13 years old, it's quite old, and he said, that's new for here. A nice church over there. Unfortunately we've got the sun behind it, so well, I've said that before, and the video actually comes out alright, so fine. We turn around, that's there we go, there's the cross we could see illuminated last night on top of that mountain over there. So we'll have a little bit of a film around the square. I'm not going to be walking around all the time because, say, trying to look inconspicuous and oh, is that one of those keep away from me? Yeah. Little toot, so stay away from my Mercedes. Yeah, so we were walking around yesterday and it was a bit of a baptism of fire really. He was trying to get the money changed. We went in the bank and said, oh, it's a long process, might have to wait 2 to 3 days to get your money, and we can't change your money because you're not a resident. I was like, Jesus. And we were able to go to a little Western Union shop and they changed the money for us. So it's just bank bureaucracy, you know. It's those little things that remind you that you're in a former Soviet state, and you know, you've got to go and get everything triple stamped at 3 different offices around the place. So, as I say, I do a little bit of filming, but try not to draw too much attention to yourself. So, oh, this is where we walked past yesterday. I said, well, try and get myself some shoes for some boots for doing the gardening. I chucked out an old pair of boots before we came over, and then I regretted it because stomping around in the muddy garden trying to keep it clean, trying to clean it up, and just anything will do. A big old pair of slippers. These look like right kind of size. Have a look around. Let's find where it is again. Here we go. Here's the there's the mosque that burnt down about 20 odd years ago. Garden furniture and bits and bobs like that. Seems quite peaceful in the square this morning. Alright, there's the clock tower that does work. Chiming regularly yesterday while we were walking around. So I think we need to do our morning routine of coffee. Yeah, go and get a cup of coffee from somewhere, and then go and get a burek. I'll show you maybe a little bit more of a walk around in a bit. There's somebody cycling up the cycle path. There's no one coming up behind me. There's a cycle bike coming. I mean, there's natural bike as well. It's nice. After walking around the square where it's quite sort of small stuff, this is big wide open boulevard and park either side of it. It's nice. We might say around the back of it what it is. Oh, Metodia. Antonov. I wonder what that building is. That kind of this one. I mean, the flags kind of give it a official air, don't they?
Yeah.
I know, yeah, they have, yeah. Knew we were coming. It's quite hard to read. Alexander III. $3.56 to $3.23. What did BC? Alexander the Great. It's Alexander the Third, but is that the one they call Alexander the Great? I don't know. Walking into the sun and shiny marble floor. I thought that was some kind of modern art thing going on there, but it's something that's all covered up. Yeah, I know, yeah. But it also looks like it's been there for a while. There's a good vacuum.
Obviously not expecting any rain.
No. Yeah, it's quite a nice building. Sort of, really well, which is. Oh, yeah. Get 6 kid on.
It's not too bad when it's out and it's warmed up from the morning.
No. Leave me after that.
Kind of pleasant.
No, it's quite a pleasant temperature.
It's just the nights.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like we'd had a frost last night.
Yeah.
On the van on the windscreen.
It looks cold.
Yeah.
I don't think it is cold. I think it's in the minuses. They're orange, not? Which is interesting.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? When we were looking at Gevlegenia, that was milder temperatures. It's, you know, it's, like you said before, it's to do with altitude and the mountains around you that sort of affect the weather. Oh, very. We have a shop called Paris and a shop called London. I wonder why they got a display of cabbages outside of the Outside of the cafe. They're not cabbages. Well, I mean, they do actually use kale as a winter hanging baskets and bedding. It was quite a tough winter plant.
Feels better today, doesn't it, really?
This way?
So don't feel as though you're anything like that kind of feel.
Look at these other statues. Alfredo. Functioning.
School or college.
Roger Kerensky. Marco Sepenkov. Kultura. Center for Kultura. Marco Senenkov. Priven. Yeah, don't know what the Centre for Culture is. Yeah, he does look like a, like you say, a college or something, but obviously not. And this is Krume Kapeski. Another ice cream shop over there. I've seen a few ice cream shops over there. Get the sun behind the techno market. So now, a little walk around now, heading back towards the van. A bit unsure we were going in the right direction, but we've got a good landmark to aim for there. We bought a coffee machine. We were going to buy one in Greece. Drip coffee, as the Americans call it. We call it filter coffee in England. We mean to get one for a while, and we saw some in Greece, and then because we left Greece a day early, we didn't buy one. And then there's a techno market here, so we thought we'd have a look, and that was alright, not a bad price. The main thing is that you have loads of places sell coffee, but I can't say that I've seen anywhere selling the filters. So that's our challenge for today. It's fun, isn't it? Wandering around a new town, doing general domestic stuff. Yeah. And when you're looking at places to potentially go and stay for a while, these are the things you need to find out. You know, where you can buy your odds and sods and, you know, the little day-to-day purchases. That's all the stuff you need to know. I don't need to know the history of the town. I don't need to know the history of Macedonia. That's not going to help me in my day-to-day life, is it? It's a lovely day. I mean, you can't grumble on a day like this wandering around. I felt a bit more comfortable walking around today. We found a lovely little cafe. It isn't on Google Maps though. Got well, nice plants hanging in it and some 80s music playing and good coffee. So yeah, ticks all the boxes. There's another Jeep with old tyres on it. There are times when I missed my 4x4, but I never even took it off road, so it's kind of wasted on me. That was really, holy crap. Yeah, man. Albino pumpkins. That bed's going to be a bit sweaty, isn't it? Sat out in the sun. There's all big bags of flour and stuff in there, so yeah. I love looking at all the cars and stuff. There's a good old mix of old and new. And I do love the old cars. So yeah, there's some decent tools and stuff in that shop. Need any gardening tools? Maybe bought some. Yeah. We bought a litre of oil yesterday to the van. A little pop-up, little warning light popped up saying that it needs to check the oil and stuff. And the clock tower does work. As soon as I stopped filming last time, like literally 10 seconds afterwards, the clock started chiming. Never mind. Oh, there we go. Leave you with the last look at the lovely bins. I'll talk to you later. It's a lovely little background, isn't it? I know, we dropped the coffee machine in the van and really needed a toilet. So we do our usual thing of walking around looking for the biggest, nicest looking place that'll probably have decent toilets. And so we've come across this place called Aura, which is a vegan bar. So, you know, really nice sort of interesting menu. So yeah, a little show around. It's a very nice looking place. There's some, we're in the upstairs area, so you can see over the town there. Well, over the town, over the street. Yeah, it's a very nice little place actually. Sort of like a upmarket garden furniture to sit on. So we're probably going to have something to eat, so do some nice tortillas and stuff and pizzas. So yeah, I think we'll end up having a coffee and then we'll have something to eat while we're at it.